What's up, leader? Welcome to your MindShift question to help you lead better by thinking better. This week's MindShift question is, a year from now, how would I have wanted to act? Nothing seems to shift a client's way of thinking faster than a question like this because it does two things. Number one, it gives you a sense of perspective, and number two, it initiates a desire for progression. Let's break those two steps down right now. So the first thing this question does for you, it gives you a sense of perspective by asking you to take a moment and imagine yourself a year from now, looking back in the current situation that you're in, and how would you have wanted to show up? What kind of leadership would you want to show in this moment that you're in now? It's nice for the brain to be able to forecast this type of thinking by looking back on itself in the current moment. This is a really cool tool that your brain can do. It can imagine yourself in the future, looking back at yourself in the current moment and asking, who do I want to show up as? How do I want to work through the challenge that I'm in right now? And the key to answering this question is don't actually think of action first. Think of the state of being. Think of the feeling you want to have within yourself as you work through this challenge. Think of the state of being that is most important to you to align with your highest values as a leader as you work through the conflict or the challenge that you have in front of you right now. That is the first step. Now it's time to initiate a mindset towards progression. So first, I want you to start by imagining your ideal outcome to the scenario you find yourself in. And then I want you to take the time to identify what's the first step towards that outcome. This is a mindset of progression, not perfection. This is about taking a baby step, but a beautiful one towards the ideal outcome that's most meaningful and valuable and aligned to your leadership. We can't solve the problem all in one step. We have to chip away at it. Oftentimes, we have to take a lot more space and time than we allow ourselves to work through the challenges that we face. So I want you to be honest with yourself and see where you have to start and not get frustrated with yourself that it may take you a few steps to get to your ideal outcome. So step one, it's all about the state of leadership, the state of being, the feeling you want to have when you look back on yourself and realize you've accomplished your goal, the state you want to have as you're moving through the challenge and aligning with your leadership. And step two is all about initiating progress. Visualize the ideal outcome, and then what's the first step towards that? What's the first progression towards reaching that ideal state? Next time you're facing a challenge, ask yourself, a year from now, how would I want it to act? And remember, nothing shifts unless you shift.